in. Just trying to get all my screens up and running here. I didn't get in for New Year's. Taking some downtime. I just noticed that my bottle of holy water is out. Hold on. That will drive me insane, leaving a bottle over there looking at me. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Just seeing if where, oh, okay. Hi, Jody. I'm Krista. Hello. I'm just not seeing my comments. Bear with me. Hi, everybody. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello from Jasper. Nice to see you on here. Hello, everyone who's joining in. Happy New Year. I just don't know where my other video just went. Just making sure I'm... That's weird. Okay. I will just go from the phone and look from there and see what I got happening here. So the reason why I have different screens is because the computer is sometimes really slow in the messages. So I wanted to stop in and do a 3-card weekend spread for the new year. If you have not seen my big yearly forecast for the collective energy for just in the general of the energy of the coming year of 2021, that is posted. It is on my YouTube. It is up. Just letting people join in. So I'll talk a little bit about the things that are upcoming next weekend. We have a huge event. We have an online event. Some of the presentations are recorded, some are live. It's like a whole weekend of presentations based on all the work that we do with amazing women who are speaking all weekend long. And it's on Corey School of Magic. If you are in Corey School of Magic, you have to enroll in the event itself. So you have to enroll in the school first because it's under teachables.com, but it's under Corey School of Magic. All the information is on my page or down below on the Facebook page, also in the emails that are being sent out. You enroll in Corey School of Magic, and then you go to More Than Existing Summit. And you go to the More Than Existing Summit and you sign up there. When you sign in for the More Than Existing Summit, you will then get notification and you'll see the whole weekend schedule. You can take part, you can watch whatever you want. On the time when the recordings are meant to come out or the live, it'll happen at that time exactly. And they'll roll out during the day. After they're done, we will be posting the recordings as well. These are presentations, presenters that are people who have impacted my life or Lisa's life, and we both know them well. We both know these people, these other women as part of Women Supporting Women and Women in Business and women who are growing and making a change in the world of spreading love and light and doing good things for doing the right thing for all the right reasons. We have amazing speakers. So next weekend, all weekend long, it is happening. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime. You don't have to pay nothing to enroll in the school itself. And in the school itself, there's all kinds of free stuff along with my paid programs. But the weekend summit is free. So please, if you're there, get in and get yourself signed up. Also coming up is we have the 4th level. We have the 4th generation, we call it. We call them all different generations. We have the 4th level 1 of More Than Existing groups starting January the 11th. This is like, it just blows my mind that we're already into the 4th level 1 group. It is 4 different levels in total, but you start the level 1 of More Than Existing. It's that whole journey of self-actualization, healing. It's about finding that group, that soul sister, that love, and being able to truly make yourself a priority. And it's 6 months. It's all online. It's amazing. And all the information is also in the school. If you go into the school, you'll see there's three free videos in there. And also, if you go to YouTube, there's a whole bunch. And you also, if you go to YouTube, you will see the podcasts that are in there. In YouTube, I have my podcast, my weekly podcast that I've been doing, and several of the presenters are also in those podcasts right now. I will be posting another podcast tomorrow. But the yearly forecast is up. So I don't have the monthlies done yet. Way too much happening. I'm in the process of trying to get the writing finished up for my cards, for my oracle cards that are in creation. Yes, this is how I write, little sticky notes. So these are hopefully be going, hopefully be able to get them into some editing soon and get moving with those. So our room is filling up. Yay. I still haven't found, oh, there we go. I just wanted to be able to see the comments over here as well. So let's see if I can do this. Ha. Oh, God. There we go. I think we got that. Okay, so I have comments everywhere. I am coming in to do a 3-card spread. I don't have any cards out. That's funny. I should probably take some cards out if we're going to do a 3-card spread. So Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for following me all last year. Thank you for being back again right now. And to anyone who has done my full moon meditation that I posted, thank you for your love and support and for taking the time to do that meditation. There's such amazing healing. For those who are new and have not worked with me, I am a spiritual healer. I'm a life coach. I am a psychic medium and many other past life healer, angelic life coach. There's many things that I do. I do a lot of spiritual counseling. I help people be able to move from this to that, to be able to move forward. I help people through grief. I help people in many ways. Yeah. I use oracle and tarot cards, a little bit of everything. I am also a writer, an author, a teacher. And so this is my book, More Than Existing, my first book. There is another book, hopefully, that we're in the process of. I'm doing the filling in stuff right now. Hopefully by February, that's going to be going into publishing as well. And there will be another 4 more after that are guaranteed. So a lot of things that are combined in here. Most of all, I love to love people. I love to support women and men as well. But I love to be able to do this work from the bottom of my heart. So when you don't see me for a few days, know that I am resting or I'm busy doing other things. So, but I wanted to do a 3-card spread for this weekend and for the energy of the shift into the new year. And I didn't do a whole lot of posting about New Year's and about any big New Year celebration thing because that's not how the energy felt for me. But I truly believe it's about our moments. And if you listen to my YouTube video, my year forecast that I just did, you will see that it's all about moments. And truly about knowing, about holding on to hope and holding on to faith. And if you're wondering what I'm doing as I'm letting the room fill up, if you're new, is that I'm reading the energy. Every time somebody new enters, the energy shifts and changes, and I feel the energy. So I'm feeling and processing the energy as everybody's joining in here. Tonight I am using Radley Valentine's Angel Wisdom Tarot. That is going to be my deck, along with pulling one of my own cards as a message, because a lot of the messages of those cards are now written. So hi to everybody. There is so many people in here that are coming up and that are scrolling through. Okay, so I am going to do the 3-card spread, like I said. So the first card that came out was Archangel Uriel, and it's a major arcana card. It's something that really truly it's a minor arcana. Got that all effed up in a moment. And it's that sense of when we're coming so close to we're coming so close to seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's 9, and it's wishes and dreams, and we got the genie in the bottle, and if you could rub the genie, you know, so it's like, so no, it actually is a major arcana. His cards are very different. And so I have to really think about them. I'm used to my tarots, which I think I'll also take out. And so what I'm getting with this is I'm putting the card down because it's a little bit to do with this message and a little bit to do with something else. So I have Archangel Uriel here. What I'm being told is that we're so close to being able to see a light at the end of the tunnel. And it might not mean that all of 2021 is going to be a big drastic change and our whole world's going to change. It's like, poof, magic. But I can tell you there's, you know, if we live in the moment and instead of rushing at time, is that knowing that there is something more, that there's, you know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Like there's a silver lining, like there's, you know, so seeing yourself, and I just wrote this in the post that I posted about the new year, is that I just posted that, you know what, no matter what happened this year, at the end of 2020, at that New Year's, were you still standing, breathing? Were you still here? Then you just had a major freaking accomplishment. You just won the lottery. You just did something of greatness. You're winning. And so when you can see life, oh, I'm winning. You know, I made it through this and made it here. So we're already winning. So if we're already winning, we have a spark. And if we have a spark, now we have something to start to be able to fuel us up. And Archangel Uriel is a beautiful angel that is truly of the purest of lights, and being able to purify. And so the genie card that's coming up, and it's that sense of faith. Have faith in the universe that good fortune, good things are still here. The world did not collapse, all the good stuff. It's like that all didn't end, because there's a lot of focus on all the things that are going wrong, or that we have a pandemic that is shitty, but there's many other things that are still here. What do we still have? And so the universe didn't take away all of our fortune. It wasn't like the Grinch at Christmas and come in and took everything away, but then the Grinch bought it all back again, right? And so like there's still a lot of good things. And I feel like 2021, as we will have to go through some darkness. I'm not going to lie. From what I can channel, what I can see, I'm like, there is a lot of energy happening. And a lot of my new work is about creating heaven on earth, and it's about the hourglass and being able to see time through that hourglass and that grain of sand. And there's so many parts of that, of creating heaven on earth, that is really real for us, and accepting that. The screen is throwing me freaking off. I haven't been using my second screen, and I just set it up, and I feel like I'm in a freaking box. I'm like, it's like stressing me out. There's too much energy around me. And everybody knows I'm not someone that gets nervous. So it's not nervous, it's energy. I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of energy here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Tracy. You the best. So Tracy just posted the Corey School of Magic on teachable.com. She just posted the link for that. And so with Archangel Uriel coming in, and this being the 21 in the major arcana, is we do have major things happening. We do have major changes happening. We do have things that are coming in. So we have a light. And in that light, what I've been seeing is the energy of like Ra and the God consciousness, everything that's tied and linked to being a part of the golden light. So there's a lot of golden light energy that's here for us. And a lot of this beautiful energy that's trying to light us up, but it's trying to tell us to have faith, no matter what that darkness is that there's hope and faith. And for us to be able to, that's what's going to rise our vibration. That's what's going to rise us up. And we have to start living in that energy. And I said, this book was published, it was written before the pandemic, but it was published right during the pandemic. I wrote this because I was tired of just existing. Tired. I was fucking done. And now this book was called More Than Existing. I want it to more than exist. And that's my whole journey, is I believe there's still going to be a beautiful day. So I'm living in the moment and creating opportunities in the moment that bring me to a life of more than existing, because more than existing is happening. We will We are, you have to create that existence. You have to create your own reality. You have to start living in your reality, not in the fear stories of media, of news, of all those places that just entraps us and makes us believe and get caught and live in fear. And it's about being able to move forward, and then also to not be able to not allow your own voice to be taken or to be censored, or to be, that you still have a right to that voice, and that there's a truth to that. And in a loving way, we still have to be kind to people. And we've lost a connection to kindness. And when I started my second book, the second book is called Reflection. Total blank moment on my second book. It is Beyond the Reflection is the second book, and it's Beyond the Reflection is being able to see ourselves from our soul out. If your soul essence is your spirit inside of you was talking to you, if you could hear the unconditional love, and unconditional love is the new language, right? And that's where we need to speak from. You just tuned on to Facebook, and here I was. Hey, Joey. And so this is, this is our opportunity to be that, to be, to truly be able to see ourselves from, if you could look at how a grandmother who would have admired us would have spoke about us. And I speak about how my dad talks about I listened to my dad one time. I was at my brother owns hunting and fishing lodges in Newfoundland. He's an outfitter in Newfoundland. And my dad, there was hunters there, and my dad was talking to this hunter from the United States, and he was telling him about his Freddie and Corina, and my real name is Corina, but I've never used it. Only my dad and legal papers use it. And so he was talking about Corina, and he was talking about his Fred, and he was talking about us like we're rock stars. And I said to Dad, like, Dad, don't talk about us like that. You make me sound like I'm like a freaking rock star, like I've accomplished a lot of things. He says, but you have. You need to give yourself more credit. That was an aha moment to me, was when you listen to how somebody else talks about you, and then listen to how you speak about yourself. How can your wishes ever come true? How can fortune and abundance ever come your way? How can your life have that much value if you keep devaluing yourself with your words and thoughts? If you do not believe that it is there for you, or that you are worthy of it, how will it ever appear? And so it starts with you. That's a nice name. Well, thanks, Rita. Yes, my real name is Corina. That's my official name that we don't use. And it wasn't that I changed it late in life. They never ever used it. I've always been Corey. And so this is how you have to take the action steps towards creating value, creating those opportunities to see yourself as worthy, as valuable, as being important, as making yourself a priority. And that's a huge part of my why and what I do now, is that I truly am creating my business around me still making myself important. I have a health issue that I have to care for, and it wouldn't be here if I had taken care of myself in the beginning. And that's the truth. If I wasn't a workaholic, if I didn't work massive, if I didn't work 15 hours a day, if I had have eaten right, if I didn't gain 100 and something pounds and it's not that I'm judging anyone that would gain, but by not taking care of myself, by standing up and eating cold food and rushing around and not eating at all, and then eating, being at 11 o'clock at night, finally eating my first meal of the day. That's not self-love. None of that stuff is called self-love. And by making yourself a priority is called balance. Balance. Finding time for you in there, and that you're not feeding yourself scraps. And I mean scraps of energy, scraps of love, scraps of whatever is left over, you're going to eat, whatever is left over, you're going to have, whatever's left over in time of the day, I'll give myself that. So at 12 and 1 o'clock at night, I was finally sitting down to breathe for me. Like those type of things. All of that is devaluing yourself. That does not help us in moving us any closer towards those wishes and dreams coming true. You have to treat yourself like you are that piece of gold, that you are that valuable gem, that you are that important. And that's what Uriel does. Uriel is this big, beautiful white light, just purifying our energy, purifying our thoughts, purifying our words. And when we transmute our words and we transmute that energy from anger to love, from frustration to love, from lack of worth to worth. When we start to flip it and we start to flip that in, then we're starting to exist. And that was my book. If I had wrote the book from the angry woman at like 32 when I started this journey, if I had to start it from there, man, and the book was fucking angry. There was a lot of anger stuff in there. And now there's a lot of love in there. And there was a whole lot of stories. And it's when I could look through the eyes of everybody. And I could look through the eyes of my so-called enemy. And my so-called enemy was me. We are our own worst enemy, right? And so 2021 is about becoming your own best friend. It's about making yourself a priority. It's about how we spend our time. It's about embracing the opportunities in the moment, of staying present, of staying right here, right now, and what we can create from right here, right now. What can we do right here, right now that starts to create a more beautiful tomorrow? Because it starts here. A more beautiful tomorrow, we can't jump to it. We can't make it happen. We have to start to create it. If we start to try to force it to happen, we're building on another weak foundation. And we've already built enough empires on weak foundations. And if we keep building on the weak foundations, it's going to collapse again. What's happening right now will collapse again. Trust me. What's happening out there right now is a weak foundation. Because one thing I can tell you about More Than Existing, it was honesty, ownership, and responsibility. Taking ownership and responsibility for your own shit, taking ownership and responsibility for your own happiness, your own joy. Nobody out there can do that. And it was about being honest and truthful, and about not nurturing my insecurities and fears. And when I stopped nurturing my own insecurities and fears and living in the illusions and telling myself all these stories and creating my stories that aligned to keeping myself comfortable in the uncomfortable, that's when life changed. I had to accept some of the ugly truth that some of the things that I was wanting or trying to make happen was not for me, or the fact that I had to face some real realities, that everything that I was wanting was not the best for my life. And so in order for happy endings, we need to be able to get there. And so from beginning to end, I got 2 cards so far. And so Uriel came up, and this was our genie and our wishes come true. And 2021 does have this in there. It does. It's really, really there. I'm telling you. And then, ooh, this is holy water in my copper bowl, by the way, that with my dear friend Lisa Starr Francis and her husband Errol Starr Francis today. We did an amazing session with them, and my holy water got charged, and that's from Lex Santa. And in the end, this is the right now. That here's our happy ending card. This is 10 of Cups. And so I didn't have 9 of Cups. I was seeing this card, and I was pulling. So I was pulling this card, seeing this card. That's how this rolls. And so we have this amazing. We have this amazing energy happening. So we have the 9 and we have the 10. We have cups, and we have a lot of emotional stories that are happening around where we are. Hello, Lisa. There she is. We're just speaking about you. We have a lot of happy endings around us. We have a lot of happy energy around us. We have a lot of change happening. We have, so in the 9 of Cups, we have that waiting and waiting for that happy ending. So we're right there. We're right able to see that. Then we have the 10 of Cups. And in the 10 of Cups, we have the happy ending. So right now, and it's in the now card, right now we can start living in the moments, creating the opportunities in the moment of being able to start to see that, starting to create our beautiful future, starting to create the new happy ending by seeing the light, right now, by seeing that there's still light, there's still hope. What is your silver thread moment? What is this, when you look at your book of life, when you look at the book that you've been living in and reading in, you look at, I always say, where you lay your bookmark, where you stop, where you pause. That's the important moment. That's the now moment. And in my, which book is it in? I think it's in my fourth book. In my fourth book of Magic and Miracles, I speak about the whole journey of through the biblical and the Bible stuff. And I'm like, it was all of a sudden an aha moment one day when in writing the book, I went, oh my God, golden threads is the makeup of the book. What binds your book together? What holds your story? What holds your life together? What is the glue to your life? What is those glue things that are in your life, that are your important blessings in your life? That's the golden. You're one of them. Silver thread is where you put your bookmark, where you stop in this moment. The power is in this moment. Anything before that moment of the bookmark, that's reflection. That's to show you, just look at the stack. Look at how much you've done. Look at how much you've already got in the past. How much is left over here? You got one life to live. How much of that life are you going to live? And seeing the magic in the moment allows for miracles to happen. Miracles happen when you start taking action steps. That's the truth. And so that book is called Magic and Miracles. You can't make that shit up. That's the name of the book. And everybody knows that's. And so, Rita, we're waiting for COVID to go away. Well, we can't wait for it to go away. We got to start living now. Well, we're, living the way that we can. What can we start to do in the now instead of waiting? Because it's in that waiting. I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. Magic starts in this moment. What can we do in this moment? What can we start to create in this moment? Yes, Lisa. As my mug says, you did not wake up to be mediocre. Remember that. You did not wake up to be mediocre. And so coming through is that there is happy endings. And there's a lot of emotions right now, and there's a lot of emotions, but where do you lay your trust? Where do you lay that sense of being able to trust you? You have to be able to trust yourself. You are your guru. You are your own guru. You have your own free will. You have your own free will, and you have your own intuition. It is so important to trust your own intuition. You have to trust it. You have to know that that gut feeling is not lying to you. It is everything that comes after. So that first thought, right thought. Every other thought, in most cases, in a healthy sense of self, from a healthy sense of self, the first moment, right moment. Everything that you second guess yourself after that, or you do the shoulda, coulda, woulda story, or you start to get in your head and you start to be triggered by past stories and past emotions. Well, this happened before and da-da-da-da-da, so I can't try that again. That all takes you farther away from not trusting your instincts, not trusting your intuition, not trusting that gut feeling. And in an unhealthy self, you're going to mix up your instincts with fight or flight brain, and you're always either going to be running or fighting, or it's like, no, your most powerful moments will be in the silence, in listening to your heart, in listening to what your soul self is telling you, so that you can start to move forward, so that you can start to see. I always say we see with our heart. Close your freaking eyes. Stop looking with your human eyes. They are so able to lie to you. They lie to you every day, just like your ears, because you're in somebody else's realities and somebody else's stories. What is your soul self telling you? Oh, did you just book an appointment? Thank you, Rachel. Can't wait to speak with you. And then we have celebration. And this is the future card. I told you that there is a lot of things that will be to celebrate. But we start with celebrating the fact that we made it to the end of 2020. We made it there. So we're already winning. So the fact that we're still standing, breathing, we're still here, we're winning. That's our winner. So you take the winning moment. And from that winning moment, from that very moment, I just realized I don't even know if I even combed my hair today. I just thought about that. I'm like, I've been in this office all day, and I don't even know if I've even combed my hair. That's a truth. And so with this, we also have this beautiful sense of in those wins and in those celebrations is that sometimes celebrating alone sucks. So sometimes it's nice to have support. A big part about winning, a big part about celebrating, a big part about who we are as we move forward is about loving, is about having support. Thank you, Rita. It's about having support. It's about knowing that we still have support, and this energy, our divine guides are still out there. The angels, our loved ones, those that are there are still supporting us, and we still have it here up on earth. Sometimes it's our stubbornness, our unwillingness to reach out, our waiting for everyone else. Sees the waiting game again, is waiting for everyone else to come to us. So, well, they haven't spoke to me, or they haven't contacted me. Well, have you contacted them? Have you reached out to that family member? Have you reached out to that person? It's not everyone else's responsibility. It is your responsibility. If you need love and support, if you need support, reach out and ask. Because once you have the courage to start asking, it's amazing what happens. That's one of the biggest things that we're here to learn, is to be able to ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for support, ask. And I ask every day. Every day I ask, God, please support me. Please help me to see what I need to see today. Help me to live in the light that I need to live in today. Give me the strength that I need today. Whatever it is, I ask for it. And I say, I'll do my part. I'll do my part if you do your part. I always say that. I'll do my part if you do your part, God, I'll do my part. If you do, angels, if you do your part, I'll do my part. And that's the whole thing, because you have to be willing to show up. You have to show up in your own story. You have to show up in your own life, and you have to be present. If you want that magic moment, that wish to come true, if you want all that stuff to start happening, you have to start believing. And I just got like Journey song, Don't Stop Believing in my head. I was just going to start belting that out, but I'll behave because I really can't sing. And so then we have a beautiful action step card, and this is Zedekiel. And Zedekiel comes with the violet flame. Zedekiel is at the right hand of the God consciousness, up there with the angels in the hierarchy. And in that hierarchy, they don't have a sense of I'm better than this one or that one. That's why that foundation doesn't break. Or that's why that empire doesn't fall, because it's built on a strong foundation. And you think for 1 minute they're letting us humans in there with our big ass egos that are all trying to reach the top, or all trying to be famous, or all trying to be something? No freaking way. They all know they have a job, a duty, and a role, and everyone who plays a role in the angelic realm are all equally as valuable. They're all needed. And it's the same thing in this world. Doesn't matter your calling, where you're placed, what you're doing. It doesn't have to be something big and spectacular. Everybody has a purpose, to live on purpose and to do the things that we do with love. And that's what makes our jobs, that's what makes our life shine. Do what we do with love. And if you're wondering what that smoke is floating around, if you're seeing that, that's my incense. That's not me smoking. I don't smoke. And so taking the next steps, this is taking the action steps. And this is a 2, this is the relationship, this is coming together, folding laundry, right? Laundry, yeah, laundry. So this one is about, making that choice. It's about, who are you partnering with? Who are you partnering with? Are you partnering with your fears? Are you partnering with your worst enemy, which is your head? Where are you partnering? Which parts of you are you partnering with? Your shadow self? Are you partnering with those parts of you from 20 years ago? Are you partnering up with the possibility that there's the future you? And I always say, I'm living my life in the now as if I'm already in my future. So I just say my new home is being built. And someone said, oh, you're building a new house? I'm like, well, the universe is. And right now my new house is being built. I've seen it. I know what it looks like, and it's being created. It's in creation. I stopped waiting. I started to see things in creation. Start to see your ideal partner, your ideal job. Say it's in creation. My new life is in creation. Everything is in creation. It's on its way to me. I see it coming. That's where it is. It's in creation. So in this moment, I have the opportunity to start raising my vibrations, start feeling healthier, start doing well, start doing really good for me, start taking care of myself, so that I'm all ready, because it's in creation. I got to be ready to move in. So I'm de-junking my house so that I'm ready to move in, and I literally am. I'm like getting rid of stuff in my home so that I'm ready to move. Because I got to be ready for when the moving truck comes, because the moving truck's going to come, and I'm going to be moving into my new house. So I got to be ready. And that's how I look at it. That's how I set that's how we set those goals. It was the same thing with More Than Existing. This title was written over 12 years ago. I think it was 2010 or 2000. Yeah. 2010. I think the title was written. And I wrote down, I am more than existing. I'm choosing a life that more than existing. I am done. I'm finding happiness and joy no matter the cost. And that was how this started. That was how this started. I would write and I would scratch. I would write and I would scratch. And I write books on top of books. I draw, sketch, whatever it may be. I channel through the energy of what I'm feeling in the moment, and then I disconnect from it. I have no connection to what I'm feeling as if it's an emotion that's coming up. I'm like, I don't dissociate. I don't attach myself to the emotional experience as if it's staying with me forever. No, Gail, I am not staying in Leduc. I said I came to Leduc, and this was a leap of faith. I came here to write my books, and by the time I leave, I will have it all done. Yeah. And so I'm moving on. Well, not me alone. Corey and I are moving on. Don't know where we're going yet. And this card came out again. Happy endings. So with endings, and this is what you have to remember. I have two stories to the endings. This is what they're telling me, is that remember that we get so afraid of endings. How many people are afraid of endings? I wish I could see you all I'm like, I need to start zooming this so I can bring everybody in. How many people are afraid of endings, right? And so we get so afraid of endings is that, we want new things. We wish for new things, but we're afraid to let something end. We're afraid to let experiences be done and die. We're afraid to let relationships be over that we know are ending. We're afraid we hold on for way too long till we choke it out. But we keep saying, oh, I'm so unhappy. I'm so miserable. I want this to happen, want that to happen. And so I actually wrote that out tonight in one of my writings, was like, if you really truly want to be honest with yourself, look in the mirror, look into your eyes. If the light is gone out of your eyes, your story either needs to change or your story is done, and you need to let it end. You need to write the ending, and you need to move forward with a new story. Because if the light is out of your eyes, if you look at yourself and you look exhausted, you look depleted, you have to either stop telling yourself the story, you have to stop you have to stop giving yourself the scraps of life, and you have to start to give yourself the best of life. You have to start rewriting, you have to start writing a new story, a new beginning. You have to let endings happen. In a new future cannot happen if nothing ends. And that's the truth. And so ending the shitty relationship with yourself, ending how we speak to ourselves, ending how we treat ourselves, ending all of that, and starting a new relationship with ourselves is writing a new story. It's beginning again. It's starting again. Uh, oh, Gail, wherever I go, I'll always still be here. I'll always still be on live. Everybody will still find me. I'm hoping to be in BC. Maggie says I'm only moving to Sylvan Lake. That's her thing. Because I have my little granddaughter. And so that's where the energy is really truly telling us that 2021 has not been created. There's a lot of energy out there. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of shakeup. We have to ride a lot of waves. There's going to be, but there's breaks. Every wave breaks. It hits somewhere. It ends, right? It rolls into shore. It hits. It can crash hard. It can roll gently in, but either which way, it's going to end. And with that begins a new beginning. And if you watch the wave when it goes out, when you see it quote, there's like this full calm. It just pulls away all the other stuff and then washes in. So it's like washing in and washing out. So 2021 will be a fade in and out of different stories and different experiences, but there's a light. And that's what you have to remember. We're now seeing a light. And with that light, we're able to now know there is some beautiful things happening. You hope Kamloops. If I get to go to BC, it's probably going to be somewhere around the Nelson area, like Caslow area, somewhere around there. Or I'll go all the way the other way and go back to Newfoundland. And so I have this card for somebody, and I don't know who this is for, but I have somebody who's, and I'm going to go back up a little bit here and see who I think I might have this card for. I don't know. Right? Your heart attack, Marsha, changed everything. Marsha, are you still here? Marsha Barnes, are you still with me here? Are you still in? No, Jackie, I was in Slave Lake for a lot of years. I was in Slave Lake, Alberta for 20 years. Newfoundland for 27. and then I've been in Leduc for the last few years. So I don't know if Marsha is still here. Oh, I love being a grandma, Rita. I don't look old enough to be a grandma. Yes, I certainly am. I'll be celebrating my big 50th in April. I don't guess Marsha is still here. Shoot. I really wanted to pull a card. I really had a message for Marsha. Oh, you're very welcome, Judy. Okay, let me go back up again. Angie Strickland, are you still here? Yes, exactly, Brenda. You cannot be weighed down by earthly troubles. It too shall pass. I don't know if Angie is still here. No, Angie. Oh, no. Okay. All right, then. I'm going to go with Valerie Love. Huh. You are the last person to comment, but you are the other person. I have another card for us for the ending, but I'm going to leave that. No. No, I'm giving this to Valerie Love. Valerie Love. So I am going to give you this card, but I have another card for you. So Happy New Year, Danny. Happy New Year, everyone who's joining in. Sorry I'm not able to read everyone's comments. A lot of energy. So Valerie Love. So Valerie, you got the wise counselor. You got a lot of relationship energy cards coming up around you here. And I got your cup floweth over is what I'm getting. I'm getting that sometimes that, so Valerie Love, I'm getting that I feel like your cup sometimes is flooding over. I feel like you take on too much, and I just feel like you've been kind of reminiscing. And I don't know if you were wondering why, like, why am I reminiscing? Why am I going back? Why do I feel like I'm going back into, like, there's a lot of the reminiscing back into your childhood. And I feel like this is coming from the sense of when you would have experienced somebody being very kind to you. Like, and I don't mean just like give you just like, oh, let me help you out. I just feel like somebody really being kind when nobody else was kind. Remembering that. I'm seeing a yellow rose, and I'm seeing this yellow rose, and I'm tying the yellow rose to like a grandmother. I have a grandmother energy here, and I feel like this grandmother, she was like a grandmother or she was your grandmother. And I feel like she's close to you, like she either lived close or she was near you. And I just feel like I see this old iron stove or something, or big, like it looks fairly big to me. And it's got this old irony looking stove or something. And I feel like she would either make bread or she'd make pies or something, and she would feed you love. She would give you love. She might not have said the words, but I feel like there's some sort of love. And I just feel like what you're being told is that you're not oversensitive, and whoever keeps telling you, Valerie, that you're too sensitive, or you take things too serious, or you're being too serious, or oh, you're always overthinking things. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're being told that you're not caring enough for you sometimes, and you're not putting enough effort and love into you. Your cup is overflowing with a lot of other things, and we want your cup to overflow with love for you as well. And so you can't, where do you fit you into there? And I just feel like there's like a sense of being able to, you lived with your Gramps and she was always baking? Oh, okay. This is her. This is her. And she's here for you. And yeah, and she was always baking. And it's like those, like, I just feel like she's just like always putting that in. And that's how she showed her love. So from 10 to 18, it's crucial times in your life. And so I feel like she gave you some of the wisdom and knowledge. She gave you some of the best parts of you, but she also gave you that sense of that it was your job to take care of everybody. And she's like, it's not your job to care for everything and everybody. People have to be responsible. But this wise counselor is also telling me that it's like, see all this energy. So we just have like ask, and so you're one of the people that need to ask for help. I feel like there's like some paperwork or some endings or some things that you've been trying to, some things you've been trying to get figured out or put together. And I feel like you need some help getting kind of organized, getting your shit together, getting things put into place. And as you do, I just feel like with that, you're starting to recognize how important you are, and that you start to see the magic in you. And I have love around you. And I have love around you, and I don't know, and I just feel like this is a loving relationship. And I'm like, I just feel magic, and I feel like, and there's the waves rolling in here as well. And that, just as I spoke about the waves, and I'm just like, these waves the ocean, I always say the ocean's so beautiful, but so fierce and not so pretty all the time. People will always say, oh, the ocean must be so beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, it depends on where you're looking at it or how you're looking at it. It can roll in and destroy everything in a moment, or it can be a beautiful scenery. You can get in a boat, you can go out, you can enjoy it, but it can also capsize us in a moment. And I just feel like it's like, don't let yourself be capsized in somebody else's storm, in somebody else's energy. Don't put yourself out there when somebody is giving you crumbs. Don't let somebody else's energy and being nice in a few moments and just like, oh, trying to suck you in with nice energy. Don't let that take you into another storm or into a storm that's going to capsize you. Take care of you, take care of your needs, and just know that how that Gramps loved you, how she cared for you, that has to be everywhere in your life. And you have to care for yourself that way. And she's right with you. And she's always there with you. And so whatever you got happening right now, whatever is going on, whatever changes, whatever new beginnings or endings and new beginnings that are taking place in your life, Valerie, I feel like she's right there with you. She's embarking upon this next journey with you. She's going into 2021 with you. Yes, Karen, exactly. Relationships are so important during a pandemic. Millicent Duncan, I just went through a big transition, moving to a place my papa loved. Does he have a message for me? I don't have him right yet, Millicent, but are you still here? I will pull a card for you. Millicent, right? Millicent? Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know exactly where your grandpa is yet, your papa. I don't know where he is yet. I'm trying to get him to come in. I'm trying to call him in. I do feel like I need to ask you this, Millicent. I don't know if you have, I'm like listening here. Do you have somebody who would have served in like in the war or something? Somebody who would have been tied to like the war, like poppies. I keep seeing, and I know Papa is your grandpa, but no, this is poppies. This is like the flowers, like fields of poppies. And I don't know why I'm seeing poppies, but I'm seeing like the fields of poppies. So I don't know if you had somebody who would have served around you, or you do have somebody. You do have somebody who served. You do. Oh, okay. Oh no, Marcia, you're a different one. Hold on. Marcia, I was looking for you. Stay here. Don't go away again. I'll read you after. Marcia, I called you out. I called you for a card and you weren't there. Okay, Marcia, I'm coming back to you. I'm with Millicent right now. Millicent, thank you. Okay, my papa was in the Air Force. My brother recently retired from the military. Okay, thank you. He's shown me fields and fields of poppies. So this is your grandfather. This is your papa. He's here. And he's just shown me those fields, and he's shown me pride. He had a lot of pride. He had a lot of respect. He was a man who was almost too proud sometimes. He was almost too proud. And he showed me, and I don't know why I keep getting like a chest, I'm picking up like his chest area, like right here on him. And I don't know if it's because he wore medals and honor and he was proud of that, or if he had some other chest issues right here as well. But he is he's very proud of his family. He's very proud of how you've showed up. And your brother recently retired. He served his full time, right? He served his full time. He did his duty. He did his time, and he now needs to live his life. But you're also being told, Millicent, that you have to live your life for you, and that you do have that this is you're planting roots, and you're planting you're planting seeds in a new place, in a new area. That where you're moving is for you, and that it's like what he's telling me is never mind if I like it. Do you like it? Are you happy? Because I feel like you do a lot of things to make other people happy. A lot of times. And so that you're being told that you have to make you happy. This is supposed to be your transition time, Millicent, and you haven't been letting yourself fully transcend, fully transform into all of who you're supposed to be. And that's the Queen of Pentacles, and she's upside down, and this is your material world. And I got the Ace of Swords, and we're in the age of Aquarius. We're in the time of, of change, of things being like new things blowing in, new opportunities blowing in. And I feel like for you, Millicent, it is time for you to let opportunities blow in for you to live your life for you. And I really have that proud presence around me. Very proud of family, very proud of where you were, or very proud of where you are or how you turned out. That's what he's telling me. But I do have somebody who has, I don't know if you have somebody who had like like I want to say like pegged leg, like somebody who had either like a knee brace or like a leg that didn't work or had an amputation or something. I have a leg issue happening, Millicent, around me, and it's in a, or it could even be a cane. I hear how it hits the ground. I hear that walking, and then I hear like a chuk, 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 like it's this extra noise. And so I feel like somebody has like some sort of leg issues that's there. So I don't know if it's somebody who's walking with your papa or somebody who, or it's him. But I'm picking up that energy around him. And then I have a sense of silence, and something is going silent. Something is going silent. What did you have to recently let end? I feel like there was an ending of something that you had to let go of, or had to let die. And I don't know what that is. And see, I had to let die. I got the death card, and it came flying out of the pack. Oh, he did use a cane. Okay, at the end. Okay, because I'm like, I can hear the cane. I can hear that peg, like that hitting the ground. And so we have an ending. And so what we're being told, what he's telling me, and this flew out of the deck, flew out of the cards, and it's the death card. And death card's not always a bad thing. It's like just have to let things end. I feel like there was something like you couldn't change, you couldn't do anymore. It's over, it's done. And now you have to start living your life. And it's very important that you start living your life. It's that you start preparing, start creating for you. And this is the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm being told that you have to start preparing, creating your own life. And start creating for you. And so I just feel like there's a sense of an ending, a new beginning, and Gramps says, your papa says that it's your life. And now you have to create it for you. And so he is walking with you. He walks with you every day. He walks with you everywhere. And he's not the essence of his illness. He was a proud man, and he wants to be remembered for the man who was in the Air Forces. He wants to be remembered for the proud man he was, not the sick man. He doesn't like that people remember him as the sick man. And that's not how he wants to be remembered. Remember him as how he was. Remember him as how he was. That's what I'm being told. And so as he was in his good years. And he is with you and very happy for you. Very, very happy for you. So thank you. And thank you, Millicent. Marsha Barnes. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. I'm not sure about your question. I choose as I hear the name, so I have to kind of go, Marsha Barnes, and you are new. Okay, Marsha Barnes. I'm reading Marsha, and I know she's here because I just told her to stay because I called her earlier and then she wasn't there. So she's here now. Marsha Barnes, I called you out earlier, and I called you out about a relationship. There you are. I called you out about somebody in your life that was a relationship that was very important to you. Somebody who was very important in your life. And I feel like with the loss of that person, your life changed. And there was a lot of questions, a lot of unanswered questions. And I just feel like what you're being told and why you're being called out is that as we spoke about new beginnings and just seeing yourself like you're still here breathing. And so 9 of Wands, and it's like, what needs to end? What do you need to start, what story do you need to start changing? And what needs to happen? And I don't know if your brother had some sort of like, if his heart failed or something like that, but he's not alone. And I'm being told not alone. He's not alone. So Marsha, he's not alone over there. I do feel like and I don't know if this is a mom I don't know if this is a mother or a grandmother, but I have a woman who sits beside him. His heart, was it? Yes. Okay, thank you. So I'm like, it's right here. He tells me like his heart. And it was like right here. And I just, hey, taking that last breath. And he did leave too soon. He did leave too early. But he's telling me that it's like almost as if sometimes you live waiting for the same fated journey. Like that's not your life. That's not, and so live for him is what you're being told. But we have the 9 of Wands. This is a fire sign. And I feel like with this fire sign that I'm getting is that your grandmother, okay, she's right there with him. And he says, don't worry about me. I'm all okay over here. I'm being taken care of by the best one. Like she really, truly takes care of him. She's there to care for him. And I have a lot of grandmother energy right now as we're going into 2021. A lot of that wise wisdom, a lot of the crone energy of just saying, you know what? We lived these experiences. We lived through these wars. We lived through this. And that's what he's telling me. They've seen some of the worst of the worst. They've been through those experiences, and better days will come. And it's like, we're still, if we're living in a country where we still have freedom, if we're living somewhere where we still have that life. And that's what he's telling you, is that you still have a lot of good things around you. And I just feel like he's like waving his arms. I don't know if he was very if he was very animated, Marcia. I feel like he was very animated. He has a very big personality, very kind. And there's something about his eyes. He has these crystally eyes. It's like I can see through his eyes is what I'm seeing. And it's like I'm looking right through his eyes. And he's telling you like, it's time for you to start moving forward. It's time to start living in what's going to be our, a new future here somewhere. But But I also feel like, Marcia, I have Mother Mary with you, and I'm not tying her to a religion. I'm tying her. Yes, he was, and his eyes. Okay. Thank you. He's like looking right at me. He's very charming, by the way. And so he's looking right at me, and he's got these crystally eyes, and there's just something about him. He was magical, and he's animated. He's big. He's full of energy. He's full of life. And so he just like, and so, right. And you do understand that. And so it's just knowing that because he was that kind of energy, he lived for today. He lived in the moment. He very much did. And he says, you can only live till you die. And that's it. And that's all you got. And that's his message, is that you can only live till you die, Marcia. You can't live it's like, and if you're going to live waiting to die, then you're not living. And so we have to live every moment, every single moment that we have to live. And we have to live it out. I also have the sense of the charm of him. And I feel like he still charms you. He was a charmer? Okay. Puppy dog eyes. Yeah. Bit of a flirt. He's a bit of a flirt too, Marcia. I got to tell you, he's kind of a flirt. And so I just feel like he's got that presence of, he knew how to kind of enter a room. He knew how to control his environment. He knew how to do all those things. But he says, the one thing I couldn't control was my time here. I couldn't control that. I didn't know how much time I had. If I had known, there's things I would have done differently. But he can't change that. So we just have to let that go. And so he's telling me that there's going to be something coming into your life. There's something coming into your life for you to celebrate. And there's going to be some celebration coming in. And I don't know what you got happening, but I just feel like I wouldn't be surprised like by July, August. I'm like, I don't know if this is a child, a grandchild, or something. I see children running around is what I see. I see children running around. I see people running around. And I keep seeing like a yard of flowers, like flower beds or something, but a yard of flowers. And I keep seeing the dragonfly and the dragonflies. And the dragonflies are flying up and out. So I feel like I'm seeing a future event or something that's coming up where it's going to be something to celebrate, something that's happening. And so just know that he's telling you that there's beautiful things coming, and it all hasn't presented itself. But what needs to be what needs to be finished now, right? What story do we need to stop telling? Oh, my sister 38 just found out she's having her first baby. Well, I can tell you, your brother is with you guys. due in August. Perfect. See? Ta-da! There's the light, right? And that's the beauty of this, is that there's the light. You have this beautiful, there's something to celebrate. Your brother's with you. He called you out tonight. He made sure you were here to hear this so that you can know that. I don't want to interfere in your sisters because it's your sister's baby. I don't want to, I often do that, just like I tell people about engagements that are coming right before. And so but I won't interfere in somebody else's energy that way. That's hers. But I do see little children. I do see little children. So I don't know if she wants more than one. I don't know if she's wanting to, if she's thinking this is my first and then another one, because I do see children. I see a couple children running around. So I don't know if it's hers or just the celebration of when that child is born. There's more children there. Yes, Marcia. Absolutely, yes. Yes. Matter of fact, yes. And it was a hard yes. No doubt. So thank you, and congratulations to your sister. So thank you very much for allowing. She got a feeling as twins? Has she had her ultrasound yet? Please let me know if it is. Be interesting to know, because yeah, I see a few children running around here. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonnie, I'm trying to read back through all of your questions here. Monday she finds out? Let me know, Marcia. I'm dying to know. Bonnie, that might be your daughter's question. That might be your daughter's questions, and that might not be, it's kind of, might not be for you. Might not be for you. I feel like I don't think she's done school. Hold on, guys. And this is what I tell everybody, Bonnie. Faith. Have faith. I don't think. I just choose people, Lori, as I go through. The channel gives me names, and I choose, and I hear the names and I choose them. So this is my last one, and then I'm gonna do one more general card. So, Bonnie. Bonnie, this card just came flying out of the pack. And remember I told you about faith? Well, this is unfound fear. You have a lot of fear stories around you, and you have a lot of that whole angst energy of that whole waiting, it's like almost like waiting for the worst. It's like, breathe, slow down, breathe, and just know that, sometimes that restless energy that we have is holding us captive to a fear of what might not happen, or it's holding us captive to the past stories. But what is possible? What can we do right now? And so you're being told, and this is the card, you can't make this shit up, right? Is that you're being told that you can't, refocus your energy, refocus that. So if we can put that much energy into wondering the what ifs, change it to what is possible. What is possible right now? What can happen right now? Yeah, a lot of trauma, right? And there's a lot of energy. And I feel like, and that's what I said, this is her question. I feel like this is hers and she has to sit with this. She's got a lot happening for her. And I have a lot of energy that's happening with her. And I feel like she needs to sit in that. And I feel like she needs to be able to, um, yeah, it's a lot of sleepless night. And I feel like both you and her are carrying, um, I feel, yeah, it's Archangel Michael, and I feel like you're being protected, and I feel like um, it's it's like self prophecy cards of fear that are that's coming up, uh, and for you to be able to sit with a sense of faith, just know that good things are coming again, Bonnie. Know that good things are coming, and that's the truth. I feel like it's like, and see, there's the quietness. So you can't make this up. There's that stillness. There's that quietness. Because I feel like there's, it's like there's a lot of things being lit up to bring light back in. But if fear is always there, and so here's the end of the unhealthy situation. Here's the end of the fear story. Being able to walk away from a lot of the past and just knowing that there's a lot of love around you right now. There is a lot of goodness there. And sometimes that's hard to see. It's hard to see our light in the dark, and it's hard to believe that we still have that light. But our light never goes out. Only, when we leave Earth and it leaves the human body. But while we're here, it just gets shadow. So when we're traumatized or when we're impacted or affected by anything, it just shadows over us. And I just feel like there's like being told to now to start to see the good things coming back. Start to see life coming back. Trust, patience, and know that you still have each other. Know that you still have each other. Trust and patience. This is Mother Mary cards, and you're being told to just trust that good things are working out, that God is working on your behalf, that the angels are with you, that the guardian angels, Archangel Michael is there. Reach out and ask the guides, ask your mom for help. And that she'll find her, she may find her way. And here's her family card. And that there's, just loving, supporting family and being there. Just be there for when we can. And just know that there's good things will be there. And there's going to be joy again. There's going to be happiness again. And so, yeah, thank God, right? And so that's what I got for you. And that just be strong. There's a lot of good. There's still a lot of good for you. And not to doubt that. But we want to start shifting your energy. Start shifting it back into a place of not waiting for the worst to happen, expecting the good to happen, and start moving forward. And so I just feel like there's a lot of mental exhaustion. And we want to, you're very welcome. And we just want to start shifting the energy from there and being able to breathe through and just like sit in the heart energy and just be able to just, and know that good things will come. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. And for anyone else who's waiting to get in for readings, just keep coming back. Or you can book your own personal reading, CoriThorne.com. I'm going to be really, really slowing down like my schedule in February because I teach 4 nights a week. I teach 4 nights a week, plus every second Sunday, and plus I'm writing and creating and trying to get all the other stuff out. So my in-person sessions will be, my schedule is already small, but it's going to be getting smaller in February, but you will still see lots of me here. All right. So last card of the night, then I have to go eat. And we're pulling it out as, I got to put the story together here. So this is my last card of the night. And this is the Justice card. This is 2 major arcana cards now. Now I'm going to get my shit right. Instead of reading the major arcana card, instead of the Cup card. And so now I got my head on right. I was just told to pull this card. This card that came out from Mother Mary was Jesus. And Jesus was a healer who walked on earth just like us. They're just people doing the right things for the right reason. If you can be anything, be a good person. If you can do anything, do the right things for the right reason. It's not about being right, it's about being righteous. It's about learning to see yourself in the light of the God consciousness that you are worthy. That's walking in grace. When you can see yourself as worthy as everyone else, if you could stop feeding yourself scraps and stop treating yourself like you don't deserve the same, where you give all your energy and all of everything to everyone else first and you're the last to get. That doesn't happen. Teach what? I have a school called Corey School of Magic, and what magic means is the light that's inside of us. And so I have my program called More Than Existing, and it's 4 levels, and it's self-actualization, self-healing. It's a lot of value, worth, being able to kind of rebuild and restructure our lives by building a strong foundation. It goes with my book, Lori. This is my book, More Than Existing. And so the program is all based around that. And then I also have coming up on Sundays in the end of January, and that one we'll be putting up the price and stuff for that one. That one is going to be the soul revival of our goddess within. And then I also have a whole lot of other courses. I teach mediumship, I teach angel courses, angel and tarot, chakras, all kinds of stuff. And plus, I also have my oracle cards that will be coming out. And when these come, then we'll be doing another class because I'll be teaching these cards. So the cards that came out with the Jesus card was, if you can do the right thing, if you could do anything, do the right thing for the right reasons: kindness, compassion, faith, and hope. If we truly want to be able to live a life, it's like justice is standing out for what you believe. And by standing up for what we believe does not mean that we destroy other people. It does not mean that we destroy, everyone else's life and dreams just to get our own way. It's that we find that healthy balance. And if you truly see yourself at the end of every one of your past experiences as still being here, still standing, then you're winning, right? And there's that opportunity, and that we have this moment. And truly, when I'm looking at this card, is that light. It's like what weighs you down. And so that, sometimes what's weighing you down and what's holding you down is that expectation that you need to be something, that you have to be somewhere, that you have to I'm just so stressed out. I don't know what my purpose is. Well, you're never going to find your purpose if you keep living in a stressed out thought. If we allow life to unfold by taking action steps to do the healing work that we need to do, instead of putting band-aids on our lives, if we stop band-aiding it, if we stop, we get a little bit of the work done on ourselves, and then we find something out there in the world that makes us happy, and so we stop working on ourselves because we got a band-aid, or we just, we can temporarily fix stuff. You've got to travel to the depths of the pain, of the story, of the darkness. You got to find the root. You got to find the original pain. And you got to know that when you can clear out all the other stuff, you can deal with the real pain, the real truth, really what's there, what's the real issues. And that's when the magic begins. And so the Magician, and this is 2 major arcana cards, so I can tell you there is big changes coming in being able to truly know that we are, integrity is returning. We have a lot of our sense of integrity and worth that is all coming into 2021. It is very important. How we show up, how we represent ourselves, how we behave as humans, very important. The Magician card is showing us that magic is inside of you, and this is inside of each and every one of you. We all have this inside of us. We all have this beautiful light, and we all live in this essence. And this is Archangel Raziel, and the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual teachers, and as a spiritual healer, counselor, somebody who steps up to help other people see the light within, is that I had to also see the light in myself. Because if I had to keep giving and giving and giving and not making me a priority, then I'm not doing any different than what everyone else that's falling apart is doing. We have to be willing to make a change. And so, good, Julie. I'm glad that's what you need to hear. And so that magic is like what you need to succeed will manifest, right? And so if you believe in yourself and you start treating yourself as if you're worthy, your wishes will start to come true. But if you don't believe in you, and if you talk about yourself as if you are your enemy, if you give all your best to everyone else and you feed yourself and fuel yourself on the crap energy and you don't do nothing for yourself, then how are you supposed to get your wishes come true? How? Right? It's like they can't give us what we're not willing to help do. So it's like connecting to spirit. In order to connect to spirit, in order to pull ourselves up, is that spirit doesn't come all the way down to us. All of this energy doesn't come down to us. We have to travel to the light. We have to rise ourselves to the energy. We have to believe and pull and rise our own vibration. Laughter, joy, happiness, contentment, peace, freedom, all those things bring us back home. But we have to fix the foundation. We have to do the foundation work. We have to go back, look at our identity, look at the roles we play, look at how the personas, look at how we've created the images of us, look at the mask we wear, and moving beyond our shadows. I do a lot of shadow work. I teach a lot of shadow work. And being able to travel through the depth of the darkness is not an easy journey. But in order to heal, you got to find the pieces of you that you keep trying to run from. Because if you're always on the run from you, if you're always on the run from life, how are you ever supposed to embrace life? We're not here to band-aid it. We're here to live it. And so the magician is that the magic is alive. And with this, we have some beautiful lilies, and there's some beautiful roses over here. And I can tell you, these roses are all the roses of Mother Mary energy and transformation. And our lives are truly transforming. We're transforming. You just saw the picture of my daughter and granddaughter. My daughter is a lot like me, yes. And that's my little granddaughter, Sadie. So my daughter also has, my daughter's a dental hygienist who's on maternity leave. And she also just started her own blog. So she's Maggie B blog. And she's on Instagram and she blogs through motherhood. And she's a realist like me. She tells it as it is. She's like, it's not all so freaking pretty and glamorous, and it's real. And it's the same thing with spirituality. This is, it's not about this big freaking awakening moment where these big wings of you are going to appear and you're going to be floating around in a white dress. And you're going to be like, oh, no, you're going to be skidding in the home base. And like you come freaking skidding in, you're dirty, you're wiping off the dust, you're scraped, you're bruised, you're all of those things. You've fallen off your high horse, your ego was bruised, you had to get out of your own way, all of those things. But it's the reward. It is what's at the end. It is the light. It is that glow. Remember when I told you, when you look in the mirror and you don't see that light in your eyes anymore, and you feel like you don't even look like yourself anymore, you have to change the story. You have to rewrite the story. Well, that's what we have to do. And that's where it begins. And so it starts by this moment. What can I do in this moment to be the change that I want to see in this world? Change you first. Change you. And if you can't leave, it's not always about leaving all the stories behind, leaving all the stuff in your life behind. It's about, what can I do from right here? What do I need to change within me to be able to live my best life? What do I need to do to more than exist? What do I need to do to more than exist? And Tracy's been sharing the link to the school. Remember, next weekend is our big online event, and the recordings will be up. I don't know how many we can fit into each Zoom. So once the lives are full, then we can't put any more people in. But a lot are pre-recorded, so they're going to be just posted at the time. And then there's a lot of live ones. Myself and Cynthia Fontaine, who's also a psychic medium, on the Saturday night, we are going to be doing a live 1 hour psychic medium. We're going to be doing live mediumship together in the event, but you've got to be enrolled. You have to be enrolled in order to be a part of that. So you enroll, if you go and you just enroll in the school, you don't have yourself enrolled in the summit. You've got to enroll into the school first, because that's through Teachables. It's all free. And then you enroll into the More Than Existing Summit. And that's next weekend. And then More Than Existing, level 1, we start again January the 11th. If you want to get into there, get in. The book club, we have our book club tomorrow night, Sunday night. You can also get into there. So much love. Thank you all. If you want to book a personal reading, CoreyThorne.com. CoreyThorne.com has everything, and my YouTube. More Than Existing with Corey Thorne on YouTube. Podcast, everything's in there. Go check it out. Much love. Bye-bye.